Very telling story about what it means to be one unit. Ish echad ki guf echad. An old man places an order for one hamburger, one order of French fries, and a drink. He unwraps the hamburger and carefully cuts it in half, placing one half in front of his wife and one half in front of him. Then he takes the French fries and counts them out. One for me, one for her. One for me, one for her. This is going on as other people in the restaurant are watching this. He then carefully cuts it out. He creates the two piles. He takes the soft drink and he gives it to her. She starts to take a sip. He takes a few bites of his hamburger, and everyone's whispering online who are waiting to be helped, look at that poor old couple. They can't even afford a meal for both of them. They have to share. So as this man is eating and he's enjoying, and she's not eating, she's just sipping on the Coke, people are feeling bad. So one of the other customers comes over and he says, ma'am, can I buy you a hamburger and a French fries? No, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Meanwhile, he goes back to the line and the old man continues to eat. The man comes back and he goes, I can't handle it. It bothers me so much that your husband's eating, you're not eating. What's going on? The old man had just finished and wiped off his face with a napkin, and he asks, so what are you waiting for? And she says, the teeth. They share the dentures. Amazing? Wow. Yeah. That's what it means to be part. Marriage makes one of two. That's important. Staying involved in each other's lives is critical. Unfortunately, life becomes busy and we pass each other through the hallways in the kitchen and in the home, and it becomes forgetful. So we have to be careful and kind of sort of regenerate that. Rav Miller writes, my Rabbi, married life is a matter of making concessions to each other. That's a principle by itself. It's impossible for each person to do everything they want to do. Even in business, a partner can't have it all one way, otherwise the business is going to be run to the ground. You've got to always be making concessions. And that's the perfection that people gain in their characters. I gave a major presentation and I asked the question, why should you get married to begin with? Yes, we know it, Peruvu Malut Aretz. And I said to them, because only through the framework of marriage can you become the best you. There you'll learn to be humble. There you'll learn patience. There you learn endurance when you have to wake up at 3 in the morning to change a diaper. And you have to go to an ER. I had my share of those. That's the only framework of becoming the best person. Rabbi Gamliel used to tell us, only by rubbing elbows with another person under the same roof can you come to shine like silver. That's what marriage does for us. Seen from that context, it's a laboratory of becoming excellent, or seeking or achieving excellence in our midos. There you learn self-control. You can't say what you want to say all the time. You can't do what you want to do. And that's what we're put on this planet. Rabbi Yisrael tells us, we're put on this planet because we're here to perfect ourselves. I got a phone call 2 weeks ago from a woman who watches me on Torah anytime. Corona breaks out. She left her husband because she had a bad relationship in Brooklyn. She drove cross country to LA. Didn't see him for 8 weeks. Didn't even talk to him, didn't even call her. I said, unbelievable, mind-boggling. Can you speak to him? I said, no problem. He wouldn't even get on the phone to talk to me. Look how bad he can get. 8 weeks. She was alone by herself. It's unbelievable. So, we have to stay emotionally involved, and that's important. Keep your eye on your marriage as it were the gas gauge in the car. Don't let it run out of gas. Love can die of neglect when spouses don't tune into the partner's needs. You don't notice sometimes that you've not spoken for a while, and you're growing apart. And it's important that we have to keep an eye on the gauge. Care for each other, treat each other with kindness and sensitivity, give to each other emotionally and physically. Obviously, a beautiful story of Rabbi Ali Levine when his wife wasn't feeling well. And he went to the doctor. Very famous story. And when the doctor came out to see her and he says, how can I help? And he answered, our foot is not feeling well. His wife's foot was our foot. It was seen as his. That's the key. That's so important.